Hello everyone, my name is Master Steve and welcome back to Hunting Simulator 2. Hope everyone's having a good day and ready to ring in a new year. So, thought that we would kind of close out this year in an excellent hunting video. I was roaming around Roosevelt Forest today and I had some amazing luck. I was getting trophy after trophy after trophy and it was absolutely awesome. So, I'm going to do my best to show you guys all the kills that I managed to get, and I will explain to you where I was on the map, what I was using, and kind of just the strategy I was using to get the animal. So this first animal that I got was a grizzly bear, which I was honestly surprised that the first thing I ran into was a grizzly bear, because we all know bears are pretty rare in this game, and so, to run into one right off the bat, that was relatively awesome. So this bear was in the center of the map, kind of near that central hill. I put 2 shots into it. It ran for a little bit and it required some tracking, but I did manage to get it. So this clip is probably my best moment in all of Hunting Simulator 2. This is probably hands down the best thing you've seen in quite a while from this game. I was not expecting this to happen, and the second it did, I knew I had to absolutely make a video on it. So, Roosevelt Forest again. This time I changed time of day to afternoon and it switched to, raining, so I put all my rain gear on and was just doing my best to see if I could, find elk or something. And again, twice in a row, the first thing I ran into was a grizzly bear, which I was like, okay, never had this kind of luck before, but let's see what happens. So I did not want to lose this grizzly bear because, it's like 3,400 credits or so. So I was doing my absolute best to lure this thing in. So I was, using my predator collar, trying to lure it in. And then I noticed that there was also a cougar that was attracting my call. So I was kind of an interesting scenario here because I want to get the bear because it's good money, but the cougar is also excellent money. So luckily I remembered I was running a 30-06 as well as a bow and arrow. So I was trying to think to myself, how can I get one without spooking the other? So I was going to use the bow against the cougar and then use my 30-06 to down the bear. So the cougar started to get alerted to my presence, and I was like, I gotta get this thing quick. I don't want to screw this up. So I drew back my bow, and I actually managed to down the cougar in 1 shot, which is a miracle because I'm a horrible shot with a bow. I then, went for a shot on the grizzly bear. The first one didn't get it. I quickly put in a second one. The second one dropped him relatively nicely, and I managed to walk away with the cougar and the grizzly bear. So, put them both together, I got about roughly 7,000 credits total from just these 2 kills, and it's just awesome to have a moment like this in Hunting Simulator 2, because usually I run into, just a bear out by itself, or, just an elk or two, but I've never had a scenario where I run into 2 large predators that are both worth a ton of money. Absolutely cool moment, and I was just so pleased to get both of them. So I went back to my lodge, bought new tags, and I headed out again in hopes of, see if I get any more animals. And so I headed to the southwest of the cabin, and lo and behold, this absolute trophy moose was just standing out in the middle of the field, and I had to have it. So obviously he decides to put his head down and just eat grass, but the second he put his head up, I took a shot, put a second one to finish him off, and I got another animal that's just worth a ton of money, and I was super pleased with this. Now, there was a second moose kind of running around here, and while I was playing this, I did want to try to get the second one, but then I remembered, you can only have one moose license at a time, so I had to let the other one go. But I think this was the biggest one out of the 2 of them. I never laid eyes on the second one, so I guess I'll never know. But this one is nothing to laugh at. It is an absolutely humongous moose, and I was super pleased to get my hands on it. So again, went back to the lodge, bought more licenses, and just was like, I'll just keep trying my luck in Roosevelt Forest. And upon leaving the cabin, I just ran into 2 pretty decent-sized white-tailed deers roaming down the hillside down by the river. So white-tailed deer are the only animal in the game where you can kill an infinite amount of them. You don't need to keep buying a license. So my goal here was try to get both of them. I was looking at the size of the antlers on these things, and white-tailed deer seem to all be about the same in this game. I haven't really had a white-tailed deer that was particularly impressive or particularly small. They're all kind of about the same, and a good one will probably get you about 540 credits or so. So I put a shot into each one of them, did my best to see if I could get them both down. And, the one on the right definitely took 2 shots because I didn't land my first one very well. But I did manage to get both of them. And the one on the right was worth about 540 credits. And the one over here that I'm running to was definitely worth a decent amount. So I was very pleased getting these 2 white-tailed deers. I mean, again, white-tailed deer in this game, they're fun to hunt, but I mean, you're not going to run into one that's just absolutely insanely large. They're all kind of just about the same. So, yeah, just kind of a good hunt there. I wasn't expecting to get 2 whitetails, but, I really enjoy hunting these things. They're just super fun. And honestly, they're just, whatever saves time from having to go to the lodge to get my tags, it's a bonus in my book. So I want to close this video on, a decent animal just to kind of end 2020 on. And nothing better than a grizzly bear to end the video on. So this next clip, I'm still in Roosevelt Forest, and if you're wondering where I went, if you leave the cabin and go down to the river, if you look at the map, you have that smaller river that runs from the north into the other one. And I just walked straight up that river, blowing all my calls, just trying to see if I could get something to respond. And I eventually came across a grizzly bear who was trying to, just out wandering around. So I was not going to let this grizzly bear get away. So, I was very patient. I spent a long time just, crawling around in the bushes trying to see if I could get this one. And I did have a cougar respond to my call again. But, the difference in the yardage between the 2 animals, the grizzly bear was 80 yards away and the cougar was 120 yards away, and the cougar was off in a different direction. I was more focused on the grizzly bear at this time. So the issue with this one was brush, as you can see. I know there's a grizzly bear there, but I cannot see it at all. So I waited, I don't see it. I got the cougar calling out behind me, and I'm just kind of thinking, well, I gotta get one or the other. So I'm looking, and you can barely see his head moving behind the brush. So I really wanted to kill on him, but at the same time, if I shoot right now and I miss him, then I lose out on 3,400 credits. So I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, this is not going to go well. He starts getting alerted, thinking something's wrong, and I just have to find something. So I keep looking through the brush, keep looking, and you can kind of see him moving. I finally make out his nose, his head goes red. I put a shot into him, misses it, put another one into him, and that one manages to kill him perfectly. So this was a pretty good grizzly bear. I put it up in my lodge, and it's just absolutely a great way to end the video. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you guys are able to ring in 2021.